back again with a new episode on Lab 20 podcast. My name is Dennis Iman, as you are aware by now. If this is your first time, Lab 20 podcast, and this is your ever first time, welcome on board. You know what to do, so you don't miss us. Bangani subscribe and Polygamy app. Hit the notification button. That helps you with the next time we drop a new episode, you are reminded to follow and to watch. Like I always say, conversations don't stop. And for me, it's always good to sit down and just have a conversation, a good conversation. One that can help you learn one thing, can help you shift your perspective about something, or basi kungochila nthawi naye ke suthi nthawi nayo so conversation umene urenge mochino njalo. Sometimes it's just an issue of having a good conversation. Today I have a guest that we had a week ago, but anali phone. But I said no, let's link up and then with his dad. Like I said, this is an open platform. Everyone can come. If you've got an issue that you think we can sit down and talk about, welcome. Drop us a line. Let's talk and see what the thing. Today, I am sitting down with Thokozire. Welcome, Toko.
Thank you so much.
I know, and I mean, on Facebook, they know you. I think a good number of people follow you because even before I started following you, at least I was seeing your comments in my platforms. So actually, when we connected, I had an idea. I'm going to want my comments. Yeah. My jokes here, politics there and there, plus general issues talking about What's your full name and what exactly do you do? For somebody who doesn't know you, has never met you, and has just switched on and is like, oh, Thokozire. Who is she?
So my name is Thokozire Kadango. Tomoka.
Thokozire Kadango Tomoka. All right.
A lot of people that know me by the name of Ajina Tomoka. I used to have a very vibrant Facebook
page,
account.
I know that one, yeah.
So due to other things, I deactivated that account.
Okay.
So now I use this account there, Thokozire Kadango. Yeah, so I am a social worker by profession. I have worked in a number of organizations on development projects, be it nutrition. Let's just say development as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm now in this space whereby I'm trying to work on issues to do with mental health. I realized from my experience, there's a gap. There was a point I was depressed. I was in a certain situation. So from that, when it comes to issues to do with mental health, issues to do with nkhawa zimene anthu timakhala nazo kapena zinthu zimene timakumana nazo. So in one way or the other, munthu wina aliyense has a mental health condition. But we do not know kuti kodi tikuyena kutani, tikuyena kupita kuti tingapange bwanje kuti nomwina the things that we are facing should, or the burdens that we have, we should lessen them. So because of that, because I have that experience, because I have handled some large volume of pain, then me being a social worker, I did pure development at first, and I went into, I did a master's on health care management systems. Now I'm doing another master's on medical psychiatry, which is something that is pure to do with mental health. Then because of that, I think I can try to help someone, even just by telling my story, even just by saying something about it. I can help someone. Someone can relate. I think so aside, I'm a social worker by profession. Now I'm also in this space to do with issues of mental health, just as a whole. Men have been left behind. We do not have a lot of activities that would empower them or speak to them directly. The other thing is we have not had enough discussions on women who have had miscarriages, women who have lost their kids. Maybe they have given birth, but maybe those that have lost infants. So I lost an infant, a 13-month-old baby. So we have not had those discussions of people. We have not been in that space of grief. So I know, I think maybe I can just help to bridge that gap. So in brief, this is me, this is what I do, that's it.
Okay, so how are you applying your experiences now as a expertise now that you're doing
Medical psychiatry.
Medical psychiatry, yeah, which is more of now an expert field. But from your own personal experiences of dealing with different things, and you have just used being in a lot of pain, deep pain,
handling large volumes
of pain, which is one thing I would want to understand. How did you even describe that as large volume of pain? One thing that I've noticed in we look at what other people are going through, and sometimes because it's not us, he can deal with it until maybe because we now need somebody's help. That's when we understand, hey, Kodi. So can you take me through your story? I used to follow your page. It was a very vibrant page. I have a friend who was always like, I said, oh no, I didn't even know you that time. And the okay, Ajinatomoga is a pseudonym basically. Of course, it's your surname. But then it was like, so,
there you go.
Yeah, take me through what happened. For you to actually say, hey, I think what's the backstory?
So I have a friend, a very close friend of mine. She always says, on my very lowest moment, she said, you know what, Tomoga? In this life, the goodness about life is only someone visits like a kateni. So I am that person who also, it came to my turn that I had to understand. So couldn't the basis. So I think even before me becoming this whole mental health personnel, before deciding to be a therapist, or even before handling that pain, I always knew that I'm supposed to be a counselor or a therapist, because as a social worker, so we sit down with those people and we discuss issues ambili kuma communities kuja kuli zinto zambili zimene zimachitika. It's not even half of the things zimene timaona ku town kuno. Kuma tikapita ku deep rural areas, now you get to appreciate, you get to understand life on a very different level. Oh, no, I think anzatua see many ifeodiri, or maybe we have been privileged, they have not. But now you are supposed to sit with them, those people look up to you, you have to discuss issues. So in Galigari, I was not all that serious. I'm a social worker, that's just it. So it came to a point whereby I got pregnant. Now in that pregnancy, I was so depressed. I always thought I'm a very strong person. I never thought I'm soft like that. So I was depressed, the whole pregnancy process, muntu umasinta. Zimachitika zinto zambirimbiri, there are those hormones, pama pena muntu umangukhala kuti wawiya. Anthu ambiri do not understand kuti muntu akamati is pregnant, akumva bwanji. What really is happening to them. Even as muna amene amatipatsa zimbas, they do not get to understand. They do not know how this person is feeling. You do not treat us the way you're supposed to treat us.
Exactly.
There is a reason why they say muntu amene ndodwala. So muntu yuyu is supposed to be sick for 9 months, ena 10, ena it gets to 11. Pena zimatha kutheka kuti muntu sizu kutheka kuti arani kuti abereke at that given time. So you get to maybe 40 weeks. 40 weeks is about 10 months. Yeah. Or even over, you get minus 11 months. Zimatha kurani kuchitika. Ena mathora amuna muntu yamulodza nyani. Koma no, those are medical conditions that can happen. It's a normal thing. Kuti muntu atha kudutsa those 36 weeks to 40, even over, it happens. So I was in that space. Ineyo mimba imineyo ndinamva kuwawa. Like literally whatever was happening to me in that space and time I was that pregnant. It was a lot. So I didn't understand why I was feeling that way, why I was supposed to be in that space. And then I think because nangasi mwina umangona nzako urali ndimimba, I was not mentally prepared what I should be pregnant.
So I'm assuming this was your first pregnancy.
It was my first pregnancy. Okay. So I was not mentally ready for all that. I didn't know what this whole process in makajonjo. There's something that is new to me. I'm experiencing it for the first time. I got depressed. I was in deep depression. I was losing myself. To me, I thought it's normal. But then I was lost. Now, with the way my body was changing, with the way I was changing, with whatever was happening to me, I had a lot of questions. They say, but I think it's very important people should seek help. So they should go for therapy at that time. I didn't even think you have to sit down and read about all those things to understand what is really happening to me. Is this normal? Why should I just sit down and cry? Because I'm a very loud person. Yeah. I'm lively, but I'm sitting there. So it was that moment that I was so down with whatever was happening to me. Right? So in that space that I was, then my BP was always high. You go to the hospital, they say, no, it's normal, but just try to work on these things. So I'm a heavy thinker. I would ask myself questions. Why should this happen? Why? It leads to depression. But also the environment, that environment is not right for someone who is bringing a whole life into this world. So, kujoga space, kujoga time all that was happening to me, I would ask myself questions. But the world didn't give me answers. Now there's this whole labor process. There's this whole that process. That is also a lot of work. And for someone who is experiencing it for the first time, but we don't sit down to discuss these increases. Pregnant, is going to go into labor. Muntu has chosen to go for a CS. Even a CS, no, it's a lot of work to do that. So, like me, I gave birth normal. Komano, ACS are just, I now appreciate, it's also their own process. They also have a lot of things that is going on in their life at that particular moment. And when I had given birth to this baby, now mwanayo, anawezora ndima complications. He had a breathing problem, and then the spine also had a problem. Mutu beno katupa umwirira. Nde, I'm a new mom. I was excited when I will have a child. Now, this child is here on earth, but this baby now has a condition. Yeah. So you go to the hospital. At the hospital, they would say, at first they would say, no, it's normal. Zimata kuchitika, let's just give it time. All right? So I thought that was normal. It's just like that. And you should know when one is pregnant and they give birth, there is this other depression which is called postpartum depression.
Can't about that.
The world only appreciates the baby. Iweyo maiwe, it's just you. No one takes care of you. No one is busy with you. All and they are busy with that child. Not Iweyo.
Yeah.
You see? So me, I'm asking myself questions. Why should people not be busy with me? They are busy with this baby. And now this baby has complications. So my conditions ngaramino private hospital, because all these doctors that you see in those private hospitals,
They are the ones that are actually in the public.
Those ones, they are the experts. So kaya upita ku ABC, kaya upita ku any hospital, kaya upita ku Adventist, they would still refer you back kujani. Even my test kama jani malabu amedi na wakula kulu ndikusento konkuja. So my mom, and I thank my family so much because they have always been in my life. My parents have always been there. They're present parents. So my mom would find and was in zao muna madokta you know the way parents are very happy now my mom would find jan godi anto. So I had about 6 doctors looking into this case, but all the doctors would say, Akoma, this is now. When months went by, after 3 months, one of the doctors said, this is a very special case. Let's just see how it goes. But maybe he's just wrong. So this doctor is a friend of mine. So she said, your baby might just be very strong. Kuri is surviving because this child has problems with breathing. Then when I was pregnant, I was depressed. Now I've given birth to a baby. I was expecting this baby to be normal like anyone else. But now this baby has conditions. And now I have this other depression that I have after giving birth. Now the baby has a condition. Depression is because I'm asking myself, what's really long? My child should be like this. So I ask myself questions, a lot of questions. No one answers me those questions. Now I sit with myself. So this is the time that I deactivated my account. Because I said, no, ineo, ndilindi mwana. Siningawanice sort of be on social media. Because I now have to take care of
the baby.
Of this baby. So if you see this child, you don't know whether he's sick. You just say, this one is a normal baby. But and they would ask, Togo, mwana wakufuma jonchi jifua jani? Togo, mwana yumutu yuwadani? Togo. So I would get those questions on a daily basis from people. I'm already depressed. Now you're adding those questions. What do you want me to do? Maybe others would think, but no. So my mom understood, no. Mwanayo anabadwa jonche suguri. But then you cannot say it out to people mwanayo warani wadi dori ni kabana no mwana anabadwa jonche. So it's antakofisa ama rero bajana na zimatenga ntaya kuti akhale stable, zinungati zimenezo. But now I had to deactivate that account because singabangeso concentrate. I'm swamped in my pain. But I still have to take care of this child. And I'm hopeful when so they say come every other week so that we monitor his progress. Ndeno matix wasamene mwana amene kuti apange tiki kuti nduwa nomo kuti nduwa chani zonsezi jamapanga. Pa period yake kuti kana mwana ina okhala amakhala akwena kwamba ukwawa amakwawa. Even kuchiparana ndaba kuti but then this spine mwana samene ali kuti azikhala wakhala bwanji. You see? Nthawi yokwawa yafika mwana oja kwa Thokozire kutheka bwanji. So like naso sindikudziwa, but now this is it. So I had this child for 13 months. 13 months this other doctor of mine is a friend. So she said politely to me now, just be ready for anything. This condition, some figure 3 months, but now your baby akufika 3 months. I do not want to scare you away. If he lives, he's going to live. But alimupeni kwambiri mwanayo. Siringampatse so mankhwala because he's still young. So just be ready for anything. So I'm taking care of a child that I know any day is going to die. You right? So ineyo, I could not sleep. I could not do anything. Usiku uja. And ineyo for 13 whole months. And you not maybe believe me, but this is the truth. For that 13 whole months, I never slept. It would be during the day kuti anthu ena andilandira. Koma usiku ndimachezera ndi ndani ndi mwana uyuyu. So sura naye mwana ovuta kuti amalira kapena chane no. But there was a time when this pain would trigger him. Nde ulira, amalira. Ndeni ndimadziwa kuti wamva kwawa. But usiku uja sura mavutitsayi ina mati ifetra mwana timachezera naye ayi. Kuchezera kumene ndimachezerako because I would want to see
monitor what is going on.
What is going on? Akumva bwanji, akupuma bwanji. Kodi ne ndikagona, what is going to happen? So I want to experience every moment with this child. So that was what was happening. But then I'm depressed and I'm in so much pain. I'm asking myself questions. Kodi mwanayo alichonchifua chani? Why should this baby be like this? Kodi ambuye mwanayo? I was even praying. I was not all that serious with prayer, but I got closer to God because of this experience. Ambuye, kodi simukangu mushiza. So there were days he would wake up, sakuonetsa kuti alimupenda, sakudanda ule, lori mwanayo jorani kodi wajira. But then you would say, no, mupen. So you go to the hospital, the money like, you're taking care of this boy, this, I think, so we thought, and the time that he passed on, you would actually, yes, so we would discuss it in that, you see? So, ndai many mwana yagu mwalira, ineyo to me, I was like, wajiraru mwanae, because ane wouldn't know, wabanga slow down on the pain, or start wanting sakuta mvagwa, wambiri, akumabanga chiti yose munobwino, si wayamba kuyenda. Now, I was like, maybe now, it's going to be fine. But now, we had lost him. So this day, we went to the hospital, they just say, wabanga does my mwana. Nah, it's not all that serious. Let's just give him mankwala. They gave him that mankwala. But then 2-3 hours later, we lost him. So that was what happened. So when I say I handled a large volume of pain, I mean that. I was not ready. So pain comes in a way where you're not ready what it's going to come. In my life was just okay. I was a happy child. I was a happy girl. I was full of life. I was all over. I would talk of politics. I'm just that kind of person. But this situation made me to slow down on anything. So I stopped to do anything. I was just living for this child. It's an experience whereby you have to bring a whole life into this world. And then you will have to see that life go. Komano, in this life, things like those happen. We can learn a thing or two from that. You get to know zintu ziwiri zitatu because you have experienced yangode zimene zijazi. Without that, mina ineyo bwezibe ndili ku account ya jinatomoka ija ndili busy kumene kujaku because timayamba ndi anthu kumene kuja do politics, and I was very vocal when it comes to politics. So timapanga za politics kumene kujaku. Not because I was being paid or whatnot. I was not even in any media group, but I would write things. Vano bondi kakhala say anthu asakupanga zimene tinkapanga ife. Vano bondi matero. And I laugh, I say, kumubudze tinali anthu abhizi kwambiri. Would do all this, yeah. And people thought kuti mwina ineyo kuma lali achilima kuja ndinapita kambiri. No, I've only gone to 2 rallies. Ina yakule woni, and the other one, I actually 3. The other one ina yakuncho, ina yakunjamba. Just those 3. But people would not say Gurine.
I think that you are all over with the
I never
politics
went.
and no.
Yeah, because I don't like clouds. I'm not that type kind of person, but I'm vocal like that. So, but then this experience made me realize now, no, moyo. Umatha ukubanga slow down. Umatha ukusitha zimene ukubanga. Umatha ukuchotsa kuzinto zimene unali, and then you come to a whole different thing. So, in that process, Mukubang experienced that because I had gone for therapy. Before my son died, I went for therapy. So this person now talked sense into me. Because there were days I thought, I think I'm tired. Komano, what was keeping me was, ndigafa. Mwana oyoyo, aminanga mukonde, mine ndikumukondera ndindani. And this condition, who is going to manage it? Should I leave this for my mother? But no, my mom was available for me throughout my life. So I think I am supposed to be available for this baby. But there were days I do not want this child because I feel like this child has turned my life upside down. In a scenario, Komano, this whole thing has changed me.
Flip the whole story.
Yeah. But I would come back and say, no, mwana is son what? So that's when I realized now, so you can actually talk to someone. Not necessarily so it's a solution, but you pull it out. So people who have been trained will direct you on the things that you should say and how you pull it out. Understand. You will not even have the right words to say to me. Nkagamba tswina yo kuna kuti anthu timachepetsa ma situations anthu komano ngati ne banombo singachepetsa situation ya munthu. Of course muntima ndimaseka kuti ayi noziziso, but I cannot speak it out, and I understand now kuti no, in also there was a point I was in this situation, someone listened to me, someone told me, ayi, you are bored, you are brave, keep moving. And I kept moving, you know? Ndeno, ndenkanena kuti when you handle that volume of pain, dziko umalwana mose ndi mwina antwena. And when you look at things, umakali, you analyze, I think, so I was saying, like, when my son died, people would ask, we're not supposed to ask those questions. This person is burdened. And you are busy, you want to understand
the details of what.
Are you going to raise that dead person? Muntu waferedwa, and you are talking about a lot of things. Regardless, guri muntu gando rani gando boa gaya warani gaya amazaza ama yankula wambiri. But in this moment, the lowest moment yage, sit with that grief of that person. Zomwezi zore muntu chiwezi ya motela, or say muntu banja la motela. Banja lijarigata, there are two people. One would go and say, zveneza chitika. This person that is silent is the one that has the truth. This one is shielding themselves. Okay, there's this whole thing. What is happening? Vision vision. So you would sit and judge. There are three sides of that story. And this one whereby you have to analyze the stories of these people. And you have your side and you say, I can't get it. So we just sit down and judge Balimos. Kaligali Nessa was like that. I'll just judge Balimos. And as a society, as a young, would laugh. Would make fun of those things. But now we can't do that. We were even creating a space. We were even trying to kujurugitsa burden ya muntu uja, as we are laughing at that. But when this friend of mine said, because time in Ankasiga, she said, she stayed for 2 months or something. So she said, no, Ndimafuna, you should sit with your pain. Endure it, feel it, and then you get out of it. Now we can laugh. Never nobody must say about all that happened with that friend of mine. Timasega. Even her and Musega on her issues. So Timasega, and she says, no. 10 years.
Yeah.
So that was your 10. You were supposed to understand those things. Now you cannot just comment on anything anyhow. You can just not just laugh anyhow. You cannot just do anything anyhow. You would think first. Could maybe people mocked me. People laughed at me. People didn't understand that I have this sick child. People thought okay, so and I remember a certain friend of mine wrote me a text in when I deactivated my account. Hey, I would you are depressed now you have deactivated your account. I was really depressed. I was really depressed.
Wow.
I was in so much pain that time. And this person said, you are depressed, so you have deactivated your account. So I was like, oh, so you are now their spokesperson. They have sent you to come and ask me. But these are things that we have done before. We would go to people when we hear a story, would go, and we laugh about it, but we don't know the negative impact we are doing on this person. So in the many zimakalira. So after I had experienced this, and I realized, no, there's a gap. The mental health is serious, taken seriously. If my mother was not there for me, if my other sister was not there for me, if my other auntie was not there for me, believe you me, kuna linji page charge ninaromoga chinapita. Simugana kumana sondi page ya Togoi. Kande chinoromoga chanapita kuti bweza anthu Mungu right? Ndikanafa because I was swamped in that pain. And if people did not pull me out, so when I was taking care of this child, I went for therapy. I didn't go for up to 5 sessions. Therapy, ubange 15 sessions. Because it depends on what way I pick up much. My therapist said, when I went for the first session, she talked to me. I realized, I'm brave, I'm strong. She actually said, Togo, you are beautiful. I said, no, I needed this. I'm not going to look down on myself anymore because I carry something. From this day, I never looked back. I never went and had negative thoughts. I never thought twice about this baby. I held him closer to my heart. I said, this condition is not going to make me in any way angry. And I had anger issues. I told God, help me so that I should not be angry anymore. I went for that first session. He said, I'll come again next week. I went the other week. He said, come in 2 weeks. When I went for the third one, she said, come after a month. So the last one, I said, now Zantianga Woody, the one that recommended therapy. I said, I think you are wasting the money. I'm okay. I'm not going to go for therapy anymore. My mom said, so because my mother is also a counselor, she's a therapist. Said, no, but you have to go for 15 sessions. And I'm like, no, I cannot sit with my pain anymore. I have heard what I'm supposed to hear. Yeah. I know what I'm supposed to do. I will not sit down because of this condition. So this is a phase, it's going to pass. You not look at me. You'd say, how you did that? I was down like that. But I woke up and said, if this child is going to live, he needs an available mother. He needs a mom who's going to give him love. Because condition, I don't think it's going anywhere. If he will live for the years that he'll be here on earth, then I have to be there for him to make sure. So that's how I stood up.
Okay. You are talking your story as I'm listening to you. I have a daughter. I have a daughter, she's 1 year, 6 months. Yeah, turning 7 months now. And so every time we're talking about Mwana Gulwala last week, she was also diagnosed with pneumonia. So into a BC, things like those. And okay, I'm the man. So even uchipatako, I was like, tapitani, because I'm doing zinto zina zake chanchani, then I'll just like get reports. No, I'm buying injections. Okay, all right. So things like those. But wabwera kunyumba kuje, every time she's trying to breathe and I'm hearing the problems with the breathing, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Like, I couldn't even sleep because I'm thinking, okay, what's happening? Now, I'm thinking of how the mother would even be feeling at this point. Because amakhala naye abwera naye mina amabwera I think akupanga chimfine chifukwa. She was just being given mankhwala chimfine chifukwa, but then every night there's like a high fever, things like those. Ainakeyo ndamene amadziwa. I would be sleeping or doing other things with sitting room. Hey, mwana tupila denda. At first I'm like, okay. Ndeti ngodikira rone mawa kama kudzuka azizira. Mwina ndichimfine chomwecho.
Akabwino.
Until this time, I think there's something serious. Full blood count, but I think there's my signs ajani achibayo. Okay. Now, at least we are two of us. In your story, you've talked about your mother, your aunt. There's no mention about the father of the child.
So then, the father was in Blantyre. He had abandoned us. Yeah, so it was that.
So it was you and the baby. It was
me. So you would tell him, I don't know, maybe he would think I'm just seeking his attention. But it was not that. So in here I said, I think I cannot do this anymore. I cannot keep on forcing this person to help me on this issue. And I stopped to communicate on anything on that because I was hurting. And now I have this baby, this condition. I was supposed to be with someone, but this someone is saying he does not want to be with us. So it was that. Says, no, you are rude. You do all A, B, C, D. So I do not want to be involved in all this. This child that is here. So that is it. But then, so muntu sungaba force muntu kuti akhalepo ngati muntu sakufuna. So me, after I went for that therapy, I said, I think I cannot force these things anymore. Let me just concentrate on this baby.
But how important do you think is the role of fathers in situations like this? Do you think if he was around, you were together, it could have been any different?
Not that Goody, the baby would have been saved, but the burden would have lessened. It's a lot of work to take care of a child that is sick. So when you have a helping hand where you say, bombaga mwanayo alipo, I think muntu ntima wakoza kutsiga kubasi. You would not have a lot of questions. Like, I had a lot of questions. You cannot have those many questions when that child's father is there. And when this person is available, you say, Mwina, you would go maybe to the hospital together. Kapena no mwina no mugupanga ngatiweyo manena kuti umangupanga follow up on the phone. Yeah? Zima tandizira so muntu we. Nanga si antu semunga vitsetse kuti nzano yali depressed. As I was saying kona kuti and you are just busy with the baby. But I'm supposed to feed this child. I'm supposed to do everything for this baby. You are just busy. So if this person is to be around, Zima yama carry lift. If the father is available, I have grown up in so much love. My mother and my father, they were both available in my life. So, when a parent is available in the child's life, as a father, you teach that child kuna kuti ngarine I learned from my dad no, this is the way a man is supposed to love a woman. I think this is the way a man is supposed to treat a woman. This is how someone is supposed to be there. So even in a time in ndinkada about komano abambo mwana wangayo ali benazo busy jifua jani chabu okay, we have our issues. Komano, why is he not being available like that for this child? Chifanyo wuri ne wula wanga wose, if I'm sick, my dad would be the one taking me to the hospital, not my mom all the time. Why ne wura ka wuri no anto that together. Anything that concerns me, my father is there. So I have grown up kunena wuri kolo lima ina wura ngodi kukarabo. Antu akamagamba kuna kuti ife abambo atu samarere. I don't have experience on that. I don't know. Maybe I just experienced it from this child. Kumano ndimaona antu ina madanda, or even pa social media, but there are a lot of stories whereby people complain about their fathers not being available. Ineo, my dad was very available in my life. So it's very important kukala very available moyo wa ndani wa muntu uja. Mwana yose akwaza kujira because bambwaga alinaso nyani anazo busy. Amayaja amavako bwino because nzawa akwalandira. Ukakauta uliweka weka imakhala ntchito yaikulu kwambiri kuti no munthu ungosamalira mwana weka. Munthu ungokhala ndi mwana uja weka. Alright? So it's very important for men to be available in their children's life. Not just when the children or when the child is sick. Especially when you have a daughter. Because mwana akwene aphunzire zinthu zokhuzana ndi moyo no from the father. When you are close to your father, umadziwa zinthu zambiri. This one becomes your friend. This one is someone who you can open up to. You discuss a lot of things with him. He will understand and he's also going to guide you. So, mwana wadwala, abambo aja ndukukalabu, zimatandiza. Even now, kuti ndadwala, kuti muna eneo, I have had a breakdown usiku. My dad will also wake up. Despite kuti muna my mom would be doing timakonkoshon, timayani, zimene azimaya amachita zija. Pamwanga sadzuka. Nde kuti ngatisiri choncho, ndikwena ndichoke, like the time my son was sick, kuti no kuti kupita kumapeto. Tinajoka, aliyesa tinajoka kuchipinda kwa atutose, tingagona pa sitting room. So we had an intimate moment with this child. It's like we knew what maybe he's going. But for that 2 weeks, timakaba sitting room. Tose. Agona antu ajami bando, ifete gona jani gone, pasi ndi mwana uchi. So, muntu, a father should be available. A father, akakalabu, it lessens the burden. Nkazi ujaso amamva bwino kuti abambaga mwanayo alipo. Amayaja, olukuti mwanayo mwana kuti watisiya. If the dad is there, bambaja ata wayankhula mawu achilimbikitsa. Koza wayankhula mawu nena kuti no, even kulira kwa grief ya mkazi koza kushebirako. Unlike kuti munthu mwina wakusiya uliweka, mwana wakufera kwa weka, mwina zanyoncho zija sizimarani kuti sizimakhabwe. So it's very important for men to be available in their children's life.
Okay, you also work with Panove, other people that come to you for therapy, you're seeing their issues, you're helping them. I've observed Panove what I thinking my family dynamics have seen Tawambili. Like a lot. Mainly these days with social media. Poyamba mina siti mapanga follow. Kuti kunja kuzira zotani. Wakumana ndi munthu ali ndi mwana, you would not go into the details. Uduzika fusa kuti abamba ali kuti mwina wake wampeza ali ndika mwana zibamba ndi mwana kwawo yanchanchani. You not ask too much. You just assume kuti amina maya katani ajokapo but they're around. With social media Panova, we go into people's details of their lives because you want to see, okay, akodi aja amangopanga post mwana wao kababa sala banga ku post chifajani. Now from even when there are conversations yokuza mina single mothers chani they'll go there and then panoba it's becoming more like a banter sometimes. I don't know whether it's a way of trying to communicate or whether to just relieve themselves the pain. And mama masuka masiku ano, they'll go on a page, hey, if endana ngotipatsa mwana nkumutawe. Sometimes you think kuti ndi jokes jabe, but when you go and you follow, you realize okay, ndi nkhani ndiyoona munthu is raising the child on their own. What do you think is going on these days? Do people make this deliberate choice kuti I'll have kids, but I don't want to marry or get married? Gabena, from your experience, from the people maybe that you have had conversations with, many of those that are raising kids on their own, what's the cause and what's the issue?
I think, from what I know, from what I have seen, Eddie, I would say, not many people would say wouldn't find the kalindi mwana ndeka. Unless someone has been raped. Unless someone is raped. If you have been raped also, you can choose. I think you can choose to abort that baby. I'm not saying abortion is good, but I'm just saying if there is that instance where you have been raped, I think you can abort. Koma, what I want to say, if the choices that we make have made us to be in the situations that we are. Let's not blame other people. Let's not beat about the bush. Let's not lie. We know. There's this saying, there are red flags. My red flags are jarima, but okay, people say, no, mwina muntu you are in love. Kajanchani, mwina antu fendo siya, komano ineo, mene zintu zende mazonena. My red flags always are makalabo. They're even very loud than those good things that this person does. But we would still choose, no, I think I can still get pregnant for this person. Muntu umajira kuona kuti anthu I think sitili compatible enough kuti tikhale together. But now, anthu sakundifusira, mwina anthu sakundifuna. I think munthu amene wapezeka ndi uyuyu. Ndimaona panopo pa social media anthu amene akuti akazi sitima kwatirai because someone loves us. We get married to someone that is available. I don't know what is said about men, but that would be true. Would you know?
What is said about men? Agazi sama kwatira because ali nchikondi koma ifoti wina wake wapezeka. Azibambo, zimakhala bwana.
Kuma no takao in my cases where alipo atsena melo na kuti ine kwatira muna ndoipa, kwatira.
Yeah, I was going there. I was going there. So, ndimanena kunena kuti pena munthu umatha kuona kuti koma no munthu uyu zimene akupanga think sizikugwizana ndi zimene ine ndimafuna. All right? But then we say bodza mamuna munopezeka ndi ndani kodi ndiye mweyu. Nde basi muna ndingotengana naye. Pena so pachibwezi paja, you just get pregnant. So if you akazi timasangalatsidwa ndi zinthu zimene timauzidwa. Sitimakhala pena ndi judgment kuti koma zimene akundiuza ndi zimene munthu yakuchita ndi zinthu ziwiri zosiyana. Sitimakhala ndi that judgment most of the times. This person is saying he loves me. I think it's fine.
He loves me. He said
loves me. When I say you don't even have time to discuss, I say that tipite kuchipatala muna tekaizetse kapena kodi zinthu ziti ziziyendetsa bwanji, assuming kuti I'm pregnant, kodi zira. Sitimakhala ndi those discussions. It's just when you get pregnant and you say, hey, iwe ndilitu ndi mimba. Ndene ndithani. So the guy would say, iwe pita uko sinthu kukufuna. Mesati mango panga chibwezi. Mesati mango gona naye wagona na anthu angati. Anthu zimatheka kuyankhana zinthu ngati zilizo zimene zonso. So umakhala no mu ma conditions umakhala no mu situation yokuti nankano ndipanga bwanji palibe so chimene ungachiti mwina ungwena kuti usunge mimbayi ena apezeka ma situations ngati amenewo. Now palino azimayi ena kapena atsikana ena amanena kuti ine I think I have had enough. Ayesa suti sana yesi ayesa. Koma life happens. Life is the way it is. It's very difficult to find love kuti upeze munthu wokuti no awukukondani
10 over 10 kuti chiti chose mmene unalotera unanganizira
at least mwina kuti upeze waka 7
burakeso zinthuze
zimapezeka umangopeza kuti at least ukina kuina zinazo ndikapirira kapenapo ndikakonza.
Yeah, so timapanga compromise munthu utokhala uli ma principles ako komano mwina you are racing behind time, so you compromise what I think ndikakwanitsa. It's fine. I think because ukhala naye munthu amuna so I think samakhala so ndi ma ujeni ngati amenewo kuna kuti
baba ndi nthawi imene zafikira
mbasi ndingotengana ndi mkazi ndani yemwe mwina ali ndi mbina anthu apopo so ungaganizireso kuti kodino munthu umwe ali bwanji mkazi muli chani munthu kodi amatani ena so saganizo zimenezozo provided the body is what they want, but now they forget kunena kuti over time munthu umasintha. Like me, I was a size 10 if it's not 8. I went up to 18, 16. I'm trying to
go back.
Come, I cannot go back to that age.
No.
All right? So, munthu umasintha. We forget, there's a lot of things that you're supposed to look for. If I am to settle for this person, if I'm to be with this person, what is it that I'm looking for? Ndikufuna chani. Panovo ngati feti maseka timanya kuti anthu amabanja naye akala omwe aja chani ebanja ndikupirira, so we say ino analibe kolowera azimayi aja analibe kopita analibe kopita ifaka mangokhala pamene pachapa. But think about someone who has been empowered. And that now, to get to this issue again, we have empowered us women, but we have not empowered men,
the men,
how they are going to handle empowered women like us. Chifukwa ineyo ndine nkazi ophunzira bwinobwino. Ndine munthu
second masters what?
Yes.
But so there's bachelors now. But empowerment is you are actually continuing to empower yourself.
Yes.
First dead, then we would dead. I was already have to banga masters yanga yajuiri. Iweyo utanongisa degree kakubaito kaso nyotsola kayeso haso kulimbana nayo kwa positive ndi ndikupita nazo kuti zinthu.
Yeah, so ifeyo azikazi, we have been empowered, we have been given a platform. But there are men they are heavy on also empowering women. It's okay. They're fine to be with an educated woman, but kulika inferiority complex kenangage. Of course, amuna some government, but there's that inferiority complex. Now, we women have been empowered. Komano amuna, they have been left kumbuyo. They have not been empowered. They have not been put on a platform when azimayi wati wauza kuti apite ku school. Even if I get pregnant today, I will go to school. I give birth, I will go back. And from 1, I can get up to a PhD. But I don't know if there are channels when we are telling men when 1, dziko la sinta. Azimayi wati wapititsa ku school. Akuphunzira, there's this saying, akuphunzitsa nkazi, akuphunzitsa dziko lonse. Very true. Tawaphunzitsa. Right? Ife taphunzira panopo, tikuyankhula panopo because taphunzira, because I have knowledge on this. Not because of that experience, but I have that experience and knowledge on what I'm talking about. Now I have been educated, I've been empowered. But men have been left behind. Even as muna wawuri asamagonde azikazi kapena no asamabange the right things that they're supposed to do, it's because they've not been taught that they are supposed to do this. So we are now in a generation whereby if we have been empowered, we have been educated, but we have left the men behind. The man that is supposed to marry me does not know how he's going to handle an educated woman like me.
With his demands professionally and all this.
So A man that is supposed to marry me or is supposed to be my husband does not know how he is going to understand kuna kuti amaiwa ndakariya umaniso pambali poti afunika pakhomo pano kuti agwire ntchito za pakhomo afunika agwire ntchito zondisangalatsa ine akufunika sakagwireso ntchito kwawo.
Akwenaso apite ku field for 2 weeks nthawi ina yake.
Like when I was pregnant, I would go to the field for 2 weeks and come back. When I would just be at home for a week, like that. Ndipanopo chifukwa chachi na Trump wati ndipanopo, but timakati kuenda. Like the only district I've not gone to is Ligoma, but I've been to every other district in my course of work. So we have not empowered men. We have not told men when azimai amene muzikhala now generation yatui azimai awawa ndazimai they have been empowered. There is this whole gender thing that is going on. There is this whole feminism thing that is there.
Hordes out there.
There are a lot of things, a lot of activities. Olane una Dennis you wandigwira bere utoka manga save iweyo kundende mpopo. But we have left those men behind. Siri na wabange empower azibamboi kuti tauze kuna kuti no azimaiwa ndophunzira azimaiwa aliso ndi nzeru zawo azimaiwa despite that kuti you are the head of this relationship kapena you are the head of this family, you also have to listen a little bit to this woman. You have not. So when a woman says inezimezi why ngati neyo out say ine bamwanga sinaona kugwira mkazi kummenya, if you want to beat me we are going to fight. Because I've not seen my dad do that. I've always seen my dad consult us, even us as children. So he consults us. He said, I have grown up like that. Decision I will stand up and say, no, you are bringing man, I'm also bringing man. Why should you just make this decision or impose it on me? If you question that, but it's normal now. Why mamuna mwano? You have left those men behind and you have not told them. Despite that there's this culture that is there.
Submit.
Mamuna, you should submit and whatnot.
Guys, they submit to your men.
Yes, but we are going to ask questions. So you men do not want to be asked. Because you have not been told. Kazi is going to ask questions. You want to make all the decisions. Noka. But when it comes to money, now you want in kazi ya kubatseni ndrama zake. Now there's this whole 50-50 thing. But even us women, we do not want to give these men that money that we make.
What do you... It's our money. When it's
your money. It's our money when it's your money. But my money, it should be my money. Why should it be your money? You already denga kwa bambuanga and you want my money to be your. But I think it's just the way you set that foundation. It's just the way you. So and we don't sit down to discuss it into easy when we are on those relationships. I don't know what in my relationships but these are issues.
Let's go on a date, baby. Kudate 1 hour, 20 minutes, 2 hours.
Let's sit down and discuss this into the meaningful. Let's discuss development. Let's discuss even the politics. Let's discuss current affairs. You should sit down and hold those meaningful discussions. Kodi zandrama tiziendetsa bwanji. Kodi, what do you think? Kwani wakhala what? Tikoza kutani. Kodi ne what will what tingatani. Kodi iweyo kwanu tingawabatse ndrama. Are we supposed to give those people money? Kapena ai. And tukwena temzikaba and discuss. Koma so tukwena to understand now what and for the backgrounds would be different. Me, I don't have responsibilities what because if I'm to take my money and give my mom, I'm just sharing her. It's not that Gori she needs me.
It's a need for her.
No. I also go to my dad or my mama and say, you see? Like today in the morning I was saying, 2 minutes. So you miss all in drama zago. Nah man, when anzago kurenga nayo na kurino kwao go.
Maso
by so anthu tikwena tidziona tidzipanga balance zinthu zimene zizi, despite kuti there are other women who would say kuna kuti it's fine, I do not want a man, I just want to raise a child. That's a decision and we should respect it. It's also understandable. Chifukwa chokuti there are reasons zimene anthu amatha kupanga yani kuti decide. But now if you want to stick in this relationship, if you want to stay in them, we should understand kunena kuti azimai apa nopo they cannot tolerate all those things zimene mwina azimai atha apanga tolerate kalekale. So and you just say ayi so kalekale azimai amapirira ayi banja ndikupirira. No. Marriage should be beautiful. Marriage should be a happy place. Someone should go back home and should be happy now what my husband is coming home, my wife is coming home, I went to the field for a whole month. Ndibwere ndidzapume usati anthu tidzikhaba sokumakangana on stupid things, and you'd see now what is zimene anthu makangana, they are very small things on our relationships. Sitimaona mwina kuti tikukangana zinthu zopanda pake, it's gonna grow. We ignored those things. So at the end, I'm depressed, ndatani. Koma sitting nakhale basi kunena kuti am I really supposed to do this? Am I really supposed to? Should I really be with this
settle
person?
down and build something?
So timangonena kuti I think munthu amene wapezeka nthamene yoyo nthamene yoyo. But now maybe chances zakupezana mochedwa, maybe there are 3 kids in the process. Maybe there are 1. Bola ni fail, you'd say, "What? I had a child, but he's late." Yeah. So, and we're supposed to sit down. Most of the things that happen to us, it's because of the decisions that we make. Not kuti wina wake uja nzako, despite kuti nzako akozorwa kupanga head, but you decided to be with that person. My signs are not this person can hurt me, but you decided to stick. You decided to now in the karabe. So by deciding, you should sit down with that pain. You should forgive yourself. Take that blame and say, no, Togo, you did wrong. This was not right, but now stand up.
Now, statistically, it's out there. As Bambambir, I think in the many, that part, sitting down, sitting with the pain, forgiving themselves, and being able to go to the person that has wronged them to have this conversation. I don't know if that goes to also the issue you were speaking to, Yoti. The women have been empowered, but you can see, I think men are now on the receiving end of this depression, stress, whether chifoti akona ngati panyumba paja akapanda kukasaka, madam ali ndi options. Kuti okay, simubwetsa kanthu mukachokapo ine ndizipita kunyanjaku kuli aphiri kuli ambewe kumeneko amapha nsomba, tikaona zochita ine ndikabwera ndi nsomba zanga ndidya ndi ana anga pano. The same thing within town muno. Women are getting out of options when it's like my young families kuli ma backup, ma blessers. Okay, kodi wati mamuna wako ntchito ananchotsa sakugwira ntchito. Don't worry, ndizikudyetsa niwe ndi mamuna wako yo nonse. As far as you and me we understand, akukagona now, things like those. And the man in the house, the fact that he was indikira kuti yeyoja palibe chimene akubweretsadi. He's going through a rough patch. Ntchito sizikupezeka and things like that. Koma anagwira mkazi oti ndioneka bo ma makeup ma chanchanchani ndoti anayamba zili pachibwezi manja mwina zikaonetsa pamakhabe kuti ukuyesetsa nthawi imeneyo. But when you get into a family, it's a different type of responsibilities. Now with this kind of scenario, ambiri are resorting to, I think umanhood nde wandikanika kuli bwino ine ndingosuntha pamalo pano ndi anthu anguyang'ana chingwe chili pati, and then there are all these cases of suicide now.
Just because of a woman.
Because of women.
It's so unfortunate kuti no my issues ngati amene wawa akuchitika. We cannot say kuti the pain is not valid. It is. It's pain. ndi munthu ali ndi my emotions. Okay, we would make fun of it. So we would make fun of it. Kuti mamuna wadzipha chifukwa chokuti mkazi amapanga cheat. But it's pain. And munthu akakhaza kuti ali mu pain amatha kupanga china chilichonse. Utha kupanga chilichonse chimene iwe kuganiza kuona kuti ndi chomwe chili choyenera pa nthawi imeneyoyo. That's why manena kuti it's very important when you have been challenged or when you are facing something, talk to someone. Muntu wesanga kupatsa a solution, but this person is going to somehow help you. Ndiye panopodi palidi ma issues ambiri amene azibambo amapezeka kuti adzipha, azibambo ali depressed. Actually my clients angambira amakhala azibambo, unlike men. So the problem that we have, even us women, it's ego, pride. Sitimafuna kuvumekeza kunena kuti zinthu zizalakwika. Like I said, zinthu zonsezi, it still goes back to the decisions, to the choices that we made. I don't know about other people. Kumano ineo most of the times before something happens, ndimadzifusa kwambiri mafuso, and I think kwambiri. I'm a heavy thinker, so I ask myself questions. Kuma Dennis you apapa zimene akufotokozazi ndizoona. And if you are to be in a relationship with me, I'll ask you questions. You get irritated because I actually know kuti panopo munthu akunama. So I will not tell you to your face kuti amukunama yankulu. Kapena munaso ndikudziwa kuti muna unali kwina kwake. I will not say it to your face, but I'll ask questions that are going to irritate you, so you get angry at me. But me, I just want the answers, nothing more. I just want to direct you to tell me the truth about this whole thing. All right? Now, muntu conscious yawo imakuuza kuti komano this is not right. Even when we are doing those wrong things that we are doing, our hearts tells us. Same way, ukakha in a certain situations, or when you are making a bad decision, something tells you, okay, mamuna yodi akozobanga tick my boxes. I don't know if people have those boxes whereby this is what you want in a man, or this is what you want in a woman. Atobanga tick kosekuja, but muntu bezaka begonera wori. Something is off. Muntu china chake chiri off. Even when I'm talking to people, panopo dates, I sense that kwambiri. Even when you are telling me your story and uzindinamiza, I actually know what. Okay, this person needs help. So now we are going to spend a lot of time me trying to make you to say that truth that I want. So those decisions that we make, they cost us a lot. Those decisions, those choices that we make, they put us in so much pain. Muntu utakusankha mwina ena zimatheka kuti mwina samadziwa kuona kuti mwina mkaziyo zikhoza kunchitikira zinthu zimenezo zoiti mkaziyo mwina ndiotero mwina tingotero komano ine mandidziwa kuti panopo dziko lino ndaling'ono kwambiri. It's a very small world. Like you didn't know kuti it's me, but you know me. You know me like from way back. Kuti this is the person. People know me. This is Towano, we know Tomoga, Timamudziwa Tomoga. Okay? But maybe now, Mina is worrying and don't Komaru. See, you don't so I have a friend say, what do you want? But I won't go my post using fire and I know I'm international. No, I'm international. Trimaseka yonche. Pamene kaligale muja, umata kuponya post ya jijewa, uponya so post ya jizungu, kabana uipadikiza. But now I'm trying to work on something. So I say, no, I think muna ndingo banga stick ku ishiji. But it comes back to those decisions that we've made. So, Antufe, the first thing, when we have been faced with zinthu zimene zijazi bambo mwina wakhumudwa azimayi fere makhumudwa aro timakhala ndi kukhumudwa kwathu koma na azibambo no I think mwina simungati koma now it's a time you should understand now kuti mamuna amalira ndi munthu he has emotions so there's anything that is wrong kuti mamuna adandaule kuti mkazi wamusi tiseka zita olo ifeso anthu anatiseka mesa zinata panopo angamatisekeso no now people actually I see people already were also laughing at me in our mabanja awo mabanja awo ata chanchani so now they would come we want to talk to you mwina sorry mwina wabereka mwana wa conditions now they want to come to me but that time they say kuna mizira amene mwana ake sakudwala you see those are things that even me I have done before timapita pa Facebook paja ndekuti kwayala nkhani kupanga pamene pachapo kufoto kuzena nkhani. It's not right to do that. You are supposed to sit with the pen yanzaku ngati munthu chana munjani kodi mu pen. So that's exactly what we're doing. But the problem is azibambono semafuna kuti muvomekeze what you did was wrong. I had a client already has a number of baby mamas. Utokana baby mama mmodzi ana awiri kapena folo mwina ndizoveka. Okay, let's say kuti mwina ex-wife. Koma baby mama ana follow, that's also questionable. But munthu uyo ali ndi baby mama ngapo. So when I was questioning him, he was not telling me the whole truth. He has lived a reckless life in the past. Now zinthu zimene zimakubwerera at a point in time. You are supposed to be hit. Ineni manena kuti bola ineyo it hits me before I got to 30. So I have a whole life ahead of me. It's fine. Koma and when I would hit them at 35, hit them at 40, and even at 50, you know? So what it's late. Komabe, you have spent a lot of time in some things. Do you know? I'm just giving an example of this person. So he does not even he wants therapy, but he does not want to tell you the truth. Ndeno ineyo therapist ndikhale so busy kuma kufusa ano iweyo Dennis wabwera kuti kudzarani taforo really you want help you are depressed it's you that is thinking of killing yourself it's not me let's help each other so munthu uyu kumuuza kuti no these women are not wrong kuma kuvutitsa iwe kuti akufuna drama za mwana child support. You made a mistake. You cannot have up to over 3 baby mamas. For what? Iweyo ndiwe ndani. Father Abraham, ndani. You should have all those children. Their guys will say, all that drama with all those women. No. Makaridwe ena amene timachita. Ndi makaridwe ola kuika. It comes back to us. Even us women. Mwina akazi vetu makhori mwina tikuyesa kuti mwina mamuno yono akhala nani mwina no andikwatira kapena no akuti akufuna mwana mwina eti. But for a man I will not sit down and this person is telling me kuti he has 3 kids from different even 2 yomwe ndidabwa nawe kuti we paka na awiri from different mamas. Okay mwina I didn't work out with this one. Mpokuma mpaka na 3. And wajaga makula. So you are making women to become bitter. It's not everyone who is going to be like me, who is going to let it go and say, I think it's fine. But you'd see women who have been bitter for 20, 15 years. You are raising a generation of bitter people. This woman is not even going to raise your kids bueno bueno. Kahabena your child bueno bueno. Now, you have ana ambirimbiri, azimayi osiyana, anawo mwina sana kulira limodzi, anawo mwina sana dziwane, anawo sana dziwe chikondi cha bambo awo, anawo sana dziwe chikondi cha mayi awo. Ifota amayi aja amakhala ali busy akupanga fight ndani abambo.
Plus iso azikasaka kwinako.
So awawa amayi wa mwina akupanga tizibwenzi, kanchito, tukufuna donekebe kuti zinthu zikuriyendera ntawoni muno because you go on social media baja anthu ambiri tikunama sikuti tikukhala moyo umene tikukhala pa social media baja tikunama anthu ambiri
munenetsa
serious that's the way life is
okay
but anthu tikufuna bekuti noti mwina tipangebe maintain ka status kena kake kapena mwina tionekebe kuti zinthu zikutiyendera.
I had a conversation in that hangapo zimenezi. Why do people keep faking zinto zina zake pa social media? This person is very convinced that the way you portray yourself is how people will treat you.
Treatment yanji. Like on social media, we don't even care about you on social media. To say the truth, we don't care. Kaiwe uli muno bwino, kandi olemera, kazintu sikuendera, kazintu sizikuenda. So what do people really care?
But anthu amene amawasidwa magigi akulu chifukwa pa social media paja amazonetsa ngati wo zawo zimaenda choncho. That's what people are saying. I'm like, I mean, but I feel like
mostly anthu solo amene amakhala kupanga zimenezo solo amapanga zoti kumbali ya business they do it to portray their personal life kuti zikuyenda. And one thing for sure, no matter kuti kaya mundu olemera mwantundu wanje inaisa ndi mavuto size yake.
Kwambiri, and you never think kuna kuti just because inenda bwa manobo ndore ndiribe mavuto. Inu yonso Dennis mulinde mavuto anu. You will not say them. You will not say them out. Dan hoja wameti mabwera. So this is what you men do. You do not want to accept na kuti wanobo mavutika. Panobo zonto sakuvutani. Kapana you made wrong decisions in the past. You still want to blame those baby mamas. Kuta akupatsani busy, they're giving you tough time. No. Even if a marriage fails, panala and hawili. It does not mean una uroke. So you put it kuna ura minwala with sandinzimai the whole time. Pena so sama kodi zimai ujanana. Okay, so the other marriages already it has failed out because of the woman. Sindu kugana. As my face, so we are a handful. But pena makaguri zimayo jawaiseta and zinza kafuna na kuti zimayo jawavumegeza na yesa zintu jazarani wadi zakaniga. But you men, you can walk away at any time. Sukuri so mulina zo sonchiro soyi lelo iliko zomajeza masanawa mwasinta zatabu sukuri so it's a problem to you. You have moved on. I don't know kuti kaya mitima yani nabangidwa bwanje, but when it hits you,
sorry,
you cry so hard. You make it seem as if kunena would know you were never wrong. Inuyo simungala kwitse akukula kwinani ndazima yacha. But come to think of it, muntu mpaka na mabebi mama awili atatu achana. You mean kuna kuti anthu amene wasenga kupatsa stress because assuming kuti muntu alindi baby mama ineyo ndi mwina sote liposo atatu angari ineyo. This person has a peace. He's not going to find peace. He's not going to find peace. By any means. So now you are depressed because of those choices, the wrong decisions that we made in the past. As a if we can be depressed, because okandi ana wili adadu, all right, from different fathers. As Bambosanja aribanga abandon. Now you are depressed. You have to take care of Janwadi, anosewa, and you are also bitter. Kurineo and Wanarani anandisia. But it still comes back to those decisions that we made. Men, those decisions that they made in the past. Munantemeana denta kwambia ndiri drama. Ukangoka ni drama you can get any lady banova nkazali esokoza kuntenga. So ninkani so yovuta. But do you have to make these women pregnant? Do you have to go through all this drama? No. You can just enjoy and let it go.
So there are some conversations in men's circles that say it's the nature of men to have more women or not just one woman.
Yeah,
it goes
in your men's circles.
in a lot of men's circles. Actually, and how many talk about my examples agriculture, marriage. Agriculture. I think the nature and the many naturally many zinalengedwera kuti tambala modzi and how many sisinga sinthe kwa anthu okha and how many sisinga sinthe kwa anthu okha yeah ine ndikungonena zimene anthu amakamba ine kozi timakhala tikumamvetsewa akuti it's
akambira malankhula asipe musatinamize nanuso munamvako people talk like that.
And
actually we have even on women's circle I think people have come to an understanding. How can I put it? But there's this saying now where men are polygamous in nature.
In nature, yeah. Kachizunguka kama rero.
Do you know? It's normal for men to have more than one woman. That's what people say.
Do you think this is something that women should live with or should just accept? Yes, he's my man, but in nature, he can also...
Statement imene ambili yakuti anakhazikitsa milumawo just to lessen my stress levels.
So you need to find it from a woman's perspective. Because as it's like there's an agreement.
So
when
are you in agreement
nature,
with that? Are you in agreement? Are you?
There's always osama muyalutsa mkazi wako wapakhomo kumapanga zina koma mkazi wapakhomo osama muyalutsa.
Yeah, I think people have normalized it. Panobo, it's the new norm. But things are supposed to be like that. But many people generally okay, I think even in the Bible, it's actually very difficult for me to answer that. I don't know. What did it cause? What does my that's the way life is going to be. It's sad. It's the way things are right now. I don't know.
Maybe good and traffic I think it's also one of the things that has also triggered a lot of kantima gachawona kuti munthu amaye akafuna kubwezera amabwezera abakulu bonena kuti munthu abambo umakhala ndi mu stress yonena kuti yokanika uforokozeka chifukwa amakhala kuti
akuona zonse zija so amankhala iye akudikira one moment yake ina yake. And actually so my question imapitira kwina kuti so if a man has made women as men tapanga as manja kuti achivomereze kuti ndi nature yawo azibambowa akhoza mapanga, is it now a crime that the one time she did not say I'm going to stay there kuti ndikakhale wachiko, but one time she decides kwangoyeserera and it becomes a whole thing kuti a woman is not supposed to cheat. Like, okay,
I think pachilungamo chake men are not even supposed to cheat. Women are not supposed to cheat. It was supposed to be normal basi. Muntu muno bwino. Okay, bali ma religions na what amavumegeza to do that. Those ones it's understandable. But bali antwena what samavumegeza. I also read Zulobena bage unena guri there are some cultures who it's polygamy is normal to them. So but it does not mean good, because this man is polygamous and they would olara wara agazi 3 agazi 4 agazi 6 sangati mabanja useaje akuza kuta. But in true sense, I think many zintu zinalengedwera nzonna kuti ratio yathu ndi ya 1:1. I think it was supposed to be like that. But now people have normalized it. It's the way we have chosen. Kapena you men have chosen. When I would nanje mukangopeza kandrama pang'ono.
Ngani yake bakhala pamene buru.
So, okay,
because ake amakuza kuti mukunena luzivenezi mukuona ngati ndinokhulupirika kwakazi
alifoni drama. All right? So panopo zinthu zimachitika suti tingakane kuti sizikuchitika zinthu zikuchitika kwambiri, and it's very sad kuti zinthu zikutani kuti zikuchitika. These things are getting us into my depression, my stress. People are killing themselves because of zinthu zimene zizi. And when a man has been cheated on, hey, see should I sewera. There was a very hot debate on Facebook and someone commented it's fine ineyo ndikaendi chibwenzi, but someone to sleep with my woman ine ndizichita kudziwa kuti uje amamuvula mkazi wanga olobanja silingakhalepo, but it's okay for them to cheat.
To go and
you men, it's okay for you to cheat. In as much as I do not believe in karma, but you should know one day our actions, they still come back to us. So mene mkunena kuti ndiye mkazi ujano akapanga chisankho kona kuti ineyonso ndibwenza ndiye akabwenza zimawawa. Like I also had another client, he was na yeso sama so you men do not want to say the truth kuti mmalabwisa na yeso sankale na chilungamo ekona kuti actually it was him that cheated. So this woman is tired. Now this woman wants a divorce. Now he does not want a divorce. Now he is out of job. Now this woman got a very big job. She has a very big position. But that time when they were both working and he was making more money than this lady, he was mistreating this woman. So mkazi yamangu yangana ngura mwina sama pemphera sitingadziwe. Ngurawo kya mwene. Simu andisiya. Simubwera 3 koloko. Simubwera 1 koloko. Simukupita kuti zibwezi. Panopoti matana ma 2000. Nanga sife akuma 90.
Maintes ayi numunatuluka. 90.
Ife akuma 90 ndeno ana ma 2000.
Pabwera ka mtundu pano
simalo. So anthu mumadandaula kuna kuti this woman is cheating on me, and now she's asking for a divorce. But you started it all. So the thing is, I think imona ngarori nkazi sanga bangiza sama ndikwenda kwambiri sanga ndisiye. Even if I do this, I think she will be there for me. Okay, I would do this today. Ndikampepesa. Nditani. So you think kuti akhoza mangokhuluka daily. Imangokhala tsiku limodzi. I think enough is enough. Let me just move. So when she moves, ata kupanga move muli be nyumba muli modzi, kapena muli relationship modzi, but when she moves and it backfires to you, you not handle that fire. This woman, I saw this one saying, so nkazi you says she no longer wants me, but she wants a divorce. Okay, so no, munakwatani 2023. Okay, it's very soon. What happened? So this person is not actually saying, I had my relationships. Apparently, this wife came to me again for therapy, but they don't know these people that therapy. So they don't know what they have come to me. Actually, if they had come as a couple, I would have sent them to my mother. Because this one now
is beyond
me. But now I was speaking to this woman, so she is narrating her story. And in my issues, a narcissist is abusing this lady. A narcissist is doing all this. Because I think it's normal. Now we come to realize, and we have been damaged. We are damaged. It would also be very difficult for the next person to love us or abuse someone. I think that's where you were saying, and I'm according they've been in toxic relationships. They've been abused emotionally. So emotional abuse is way deeper than physical abuse. Verbal abuse is deeper than Zemana urai ne muntu ura ufuna kuti andimenye ndimuzura se timenyana. Tamana kozo wamo nimenya goma mu process many inendi dzimgwezera muntu amene first because I've not seen my father beat my mom. But muntu yona akafika nobobwezera zima wambiri. So this lady had explained, and when she had told me her story that day, I was very angry. Why should a human being do this? Now this man comes to me again and explains his side of the story. He does not put it when he was doing ABCD. So later on is when I realized because he had mentioned and the position of this lady and where this lady stays. So I now connect the dots with, these people have come to me for therapy. But now this lady, I'm trying to help her to move, to heal from this. This man now
wants to stay.
Why? He no longer has a job now. Akufuna shield. He wants this woman to be with him. But he has forgotten all those things that he used to do when he had Jan money. So I'm not saying Godi kama imabwira, but life will happen. And tables turn. That's just the way life is. So, muntu yukuru kale naye basi ukambirane naye akuforokoza, but he always explain this story kusaidia kuona kuti zinthu ziziveke bwino. But now I now have to tell this person now would accept that what you did to that woman is wrong. If it's possible, go and ask for forgiveness. He says, but you want to be in this relationship. Ask for forgiveness. And before you go and ask for that forgiveness, forgive yourself first for the things that you have done, for how you have treated others, for the things that you have done to other people and what you have done to yourself. Forgive them. Now, my behaviors end because of the environment that people have grown in. Maybe because of the things that are there first. Kulima trauma, kulima jani, kulisunza mimbizi weneno antuma kumana nazo. Inebana boni makaba sigaye muntu akamabanga zintu kunena kuti nsampange judge muntu yomwansanga. Maybe they have some trauma. Omuna alindika disorder kena kagina. Mina tu muntu yakudwala. Then tima yangana gaye. Sitima mpanga gaye judge. So, despite kuri unapanga zimene zijazi kapena you did not grow up meneno mwina muntu amene kutagulire and all that, because generation yathu yaliyese ndimene nina kale muja kuti we have mental issues wina aliyese, and we are directly affected by these things. From mene takulira inu kale muja makula amatikwapula. It's normal.
Akukwapula madzulo mama kuamaja. Uli bwino.
Imagine, zinungari pena muna walawita muja ndio mboziwe. We have heard mothers say that to their kids. Chitsiru. We're not supposed to say that. Now muntu amata kuona kuti I think moyori ndiwena ukhala ndiyo. Ndumene we don't know kuti muntu yuyu. Okay, despite Guri and Waja, they thought Guri that was love, in a certain way, it's also an abuse. The way we treat others, it would be muntu who has not grown up in a safe environment. So you have a defensive mechanism. You always want to defend yourself. Maybe you had a mother gap. Ngati generation meneno adzikala natu adzikala urino alindima gaps sama parents. Chifuka abambo, so anthu mwina munakwatana muno bwino wakubhowani nkazi uja. So we do not want even to sit down to hold discussions or discuss. This is wrong. We do not want to do that. Even us women, we do not want that. So we have not created that space. Ndieno muntu yamakholwa wiya. Basika. Ineyo ndilindi mwana, iweyo unapanga zobowa, I will poison that child. It takes a huge person. Kura amuze mwana waja urano, bambo ndapo no bwino, so there's anything wrong. We might have had our issues, but he's just okay. Mwina so kura amulole mzibambo uja kuri azimwena. So muntu is bitter. Ali mu environment imeneyo. Ana amene tukupanga raise bano power. They will have a lot of mental issues because of the environment that they are in. Ife yati mazwana ngati ndizabu no bwino, but bola niso nife kusiyana ndi abano bawo. Because there is this whole thing mwina ngati kuti ndikabanta, anthu ngati kuti muli pakampikisano abambo yake ndi amayi yake chanchani, you want to prove to the world. But it does not matter. Accept kuti ineyo zinthu zandikanika. Accept kuti ineyo ndinalakwitsa. Accept kuti ineyo so as a person, I am wrong. I should seek forgiveness from other people. But before seeking for forgiveness from others, accept it you as a person and forgive yourself. for the situations that you have put yourself. Forgive yourself for the things that you have done. Forgive yourself for the many, many things that you have put yourself, the choices, the decisions. When you do that now, you go to the others. Kaya savomela forgiveness yako, but you have sought forgiveness and you have forgiven yourself. You have moved on. Therapist of Sima Vurantu ngaramene ori they are ready to accept kuti ineyo de malakwitsa. Chan. I had a certain client, he said, you know what, Togo? You are very young, but unende nzeru kwambiri. So, ineyodi, my age is anuwa, the masanga kwambiri. But now, zimene is just, look at me, panopo, ndiriberu muntu ora adzindisa malira, but I'm sick. But this man was supposed to be with a wife at his age. But because he was maybe carried away, we cannot judge him. Maybe he had money. Maybe we cannot judge him based on that. But now he is accepting, I think I'm now in a vulnerable state. I need others to help me. Before others helping me, I should also help myself. So this person is saying, I actually know ili. There are people like that they will come to you and say, no, I want therapy. They just want validation, but they know their problems. And how many also we do not even go up to 15 sessions. For what? So you just uplift this person. No, you just give them hope. You just talk to them. Despite you still have a chance at life. You still have 5 years ahead of you. You are not dying today. It's not a death sentence. Mulindi cancer banoba kabina muna mulindi condition. No. Make peace with yourself. But others do not want to make peace. Nda amene onderi tidzilimba nani. Urai guy. Nde kuti likafika pa peace baji, nde kuti wafika kale ku session 5, wafika kale ku 7. Komano ena amakhala kudziwa ndithu na urai I think ndi malakwitsa. That's why even in AO I didn't go up to 5 sessions. The 4th one I said it's fine. Sindipitaso because I knew no, I have anger issues, I should work on this. I think Cindy Ankola Muno, let me work on this. Okay, is Nandika Niga? I think this and this and this and this is what I was doing wrong. Nemuntu umeneso uzivomekeza uone kuti neyodi ndemalakwitsaso pambali podiso muntu wina watani wodi wandelakwira. And when I said it would be your actions that made this person kuti akulakwira. Timangoona kuti muntu anandelakwira. Even me, when I'm talking to women, I tell them, okay, so this man is doing to you. Were you doing A, B, C, D? Okay, when this happens, what were you doing? Okay, how did this start? You would realize now, so even us as women, we also play a role. But sitting out for me, so the world has already empowered us. So now, even if it was but if we go to court, to the police,
it's gonna be working for you.
It'll work for me.
Yeah.
Actually, I can maneuver. Just should work against that person. Even and I would say this is it's an unpopular opinion. Police you would find on and when I save but because things did not work in favor for them.
Right. Whew. There's so much to talk about, and I think this is really just kungo palabasa surface, but sitting here for 1 hour, 30 minutes plus, I'm sure that you listening there's something that mwatolapo muzimene takambirana. And Togo, thank you so much for taking your time again today to come and actually sit kuti tikambirane maissues awawa. Ndi maissues oti alipo ambiri. Pali maissues ambiri. Mwina leloli we leaned kwambiri zokhudza mabanja and my relationships, families and things like those that are kind of leading to depression. But pali zinthu zambiri zimene we can keep discussing. Pali maissues andalama. We just touched here and there. People trying to keep a status because of social media these days and whatnot. And alhambili is waiga mavuto. And there are all these things, Zotandis, Amina, Ajibale, we call it black tax. anthu ena ake ali m'mavuto chifukwa kuti ena amangoberekana kuti ena azikasamalira. And there's always this tension on mukuyenera kusamala nawo chifukwa cha these are things that we can actually discuss. Anakusamalirani nde it becomes kuti ndi obligation yako now to actually take over the support now. But because of time, I think for this episode we'll leave it there. Tithokoze kwambiri chifukwa cha nthawi yanu. And also let's thank people that support our channel, those of you that follow, comment, and ngati pali ma issues amene akambidwa either mwagwirizana nawo, either muli ndi mafunso ena mwina mukutsutsana ndi ma point ena ake, tisile ma comments, we'll be able to follow up with those comments. And if there's need for more clarification when we speak to Thokozire again, we'll look into all those things. And ena mwina muli ndi your own experiences, I would want to invite you kuti mubwere tizakhalire pano. We can have 3-4 people ndukambirana kuti timve ma experiences anu, mwina zimene wina anadusamo sizimene munadusamo, and my experiences amasiyana. So we're not here to offer kuti this is the solution. We're just here to have conversations based on experiences, what people know, what people say, and also experts' opinions on the same. My name is the same, Dennis Imani, and I was with Thokozire Kadango, Achinatomoga. I wish people that are watching this were there those days when they were actively following your posts. We know you guys have been in those spaces. But yeah, just remembering some of the things that you were posting and how you were analyzing or putting your opinion on issues. We finally met, but not as Ajinatomoga, but as Thokozire, which is fun. So this is Lab 20 podcasts, and like we always say, if you have any needs for digital solutions media-wise, talk to us. Live streaming, printing, banners, big banners, small banners, embroidery, screen printing, my t-shirts, name it, we do it. And if you are in need of a getaway, you want to go somewhere to relax, refresh your minds, you need a holiday, you can speak to us through Lab 20 tours and safaris. If you're looking for transportation and anything travel, speak to us and we'll be able to support you. Also remember, if you love playing, I need to emphasize this. Don't look at betting as a means of getting rich quickly. And I think that's one thing that we also need to discuss.
I will talk about it. Sure.
Betting, addiction, and everything. Because I think if I know one day, matiya no dizipatala za and how many mental health rehab mwayamba kuchepera anthu mwina ama issues ena ndi ena, mwayamba kuchuluka anthu makazo ma issues zawo are being triggered by
anthu abere even niru azimairu.
Yeah. No. I'll tell you. At first, I thought this thing is just for. I think it knows what as a betting is. I have been in the casinos, but would people bet like that? Okay, what is just like a move from Yankabanga, Zimai, Zabakadi, Hey. Now it has just been made easier. Now it's on the phones and whatnot. Oh, I've been surprised the past few weeks. You go kunsiga kuje, mwina nzima yagulitsa mu shopu, kaya ali pansika paja yagulitsa tomato, akali busy pa phone kuyamba mwana ngati mwina akupanga mwina texting anja panova. Yitu akaba kuthaika wakayonchi, ungona pali ka vieta bauti. So it looks like hurry say, but then betting is not a quick rich thing. There are only a few winners in this whole thing. But play as a game and as entertainment. If you're playing to get rich, go find other things to do. And having said that, You can register using my promo code on Jackpot City Casino, Dennis JPC. Thanks a lot to Mr. V Wabalala and Mr. Spencer Nundwe Asibe and everybody else who helped this production and made this episode happen. Until next time, when we bring you another episode, I hope you enjoyed this one, and scroll down and check the rest of our episodes that we have released before this one. We're out and wishing you a mindful and peaceful few days ahead. Thank you.
1, 2,